The president has narrowed his list of Supreme Court nominee choices to about 6, we're told. You've already heard the Senate Judiciary Committee isn't keen on deciding on this until after the election, but it is planning a hearing to discuss maybe a nominee possibility or nominees of their own. It's kind of confusing, but Tom Dupree is a former Deputy Assistant Attorney General. This is getting really weird, but has there ever been a case where a committee has come up with names of its own to presumably cancel out whatever the president is recommending?
Neil, I'm not aware of it. It certainly would be an unusual approach. I suspect that what's going on here is the committee basically wants to say, look, here are some great candidates. If the president wants to select one of them, maybe we can talk. But, of course, under the Constitution, ultimately the nomination has to come from the president, not from the committee.
That's what I was just going to ask you, because you're very smart. I know that. And there is no constitutional basis for what the committee is attempting to do, right?
Well, as far as making the nomination itself, I'd say they're on pretty thin constitutional ground. But I suppose you could say they're offering up some names that, in the committee's view, would be acceptable. And if the president were to select from that list, maybe they'd move forward with the nomination. All
right. Is it on constitutional ground, or are they, sir, by refusing to even take up his pick? Are they on constitutional ground doing that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
At the end of the day, it's the Senate that has to vote yes or no, and if the Senate doesn't want to make a vote, it's the Senate's prerogative. Now, of course, people can debate as a political matter whether they should or they shouldn't, or quarrel about the tactics here, but as a constitutional matter, if the Senate doesn't want to vote and confirm a nominee, that's its prerogative.
But the slippery slope argument holds here, does it not? That the same could happen to them if you have a Republican in the final year of his office, and the opposition party is saying, no, no, no. Because it's the final year, we don't want to entertain it. I mean, careful what you wish for, right?
Well, that's true, and as we know from Vice President Biden's past approach, the Vice President has staked out that exact position. So, what's sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander.
I just get tired of the baby antics on both sides. You know, I guess if you don't like a president's choice, you can always reject it, but by just not even holding the vote or doing stuff like Democrats did in the past, because they've both done it, to your point, it just seems silly.
Well, it's unfortunate to the extent that you're politicizing what really should be an apolitical institution, namely the Supreme Court of the United States.
Well, yeah, you just said it a lot more articulately. Well, thank you very, very much. Very good.
Great. Thanks, Neil.
Seeing it. So tomorrow they're going to lay this out. We'll see how far they go.